It was good that we found them. They must have gotten out.
Let's go take them home.
Let's do it.
Hey.
We found your dogs.
Hey, I wasn't expecting you guys.
I know.
We saw the dogs running.
It's amazing.
Come on in.
Hey, it's Gavin with Haverstick Designs, and we are here in the studio with Tori Kelly.
Hi.
Thanks for joining, and also Biz Morris.
Hi.
And very special guests, we have Dobby over there, and I have Frodo. So they've joined us on set.
The stars.
Yes, this was a necessity for us to do this tour. This was in our rider, I think.
Yes, and they also begged to be on camera.
Most people should know who you are if they don't already, but if you want to give a little bit of background about yourself.
I would consider myself a singer, songwriter, producer. Ew, I've added so many things, I feel like, over the years.
Bass player.
Bass player, musician. I've done a little bit of acting, and all of those things this space has actually facilitated. So I'm very honored to have had you come and set this space up. This was just like a dream come true to have this.
Are we carrying the dogs too?
Yeah, I am.
That is so funny.
Yeah,
You guys are so obsessed with my dogs. It makes me very happy.
I love it.
They're a part of the studio at this point.
They are.
We did this in would have been 2018, end of 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, then I got to use it on the album that came out in 2019. So it came in handy there. Even just redoing certain vocals, just to have my own space was cool. And then, yeah, when everything shut down, this room actually kept me sane because I was going live on Instagram every day. I was filming content, you know, different companies would hit me up and ask for videos and stuff. So yeah, having this space was like pretty crazy, the timing of it.
Did you ever have a studio before this?
Good question. So my childhood room, I ended up basically creating. The answer to your question is like yes and no, because I did have somewhat of a studio. Hi, welcome to my room. When I was 15, my dad, he's a musician also, and while I was growing up, he had actually a setup in our old house. I started on GarageBand actually.
That's awesome.
Which I think a lot of us probably did.
Like what came on with the computer?
Yeah, exactly. I even sang directly into the monitor. I didn't even have a mic or anything. So it started there, and then I think my parents are amazing because I think they saw just that, you know, drive that I had, and then for like Christmas or birthday, they would give me, I remember when I got Logic, and then it just kept building from there. I got like little speakers and everything. So I did a lot from that studio. I ended up putting out a whole EP from that studio, had like a friend mix and master it. So I knew that when I actually moved out, like as an adult, got my own place, I was like, I kind of want that bedroom feel actually. So it's good that you asked that, because I think this room for me, it almost feels like I'm in my bedroom in a way, or like childhood bedroom. I mean, there's a lot of like kind of cute trinkets everywhere, and I feel like I'm a kid at heart, so it's fun to come in here and kind of get transported back sometimes to that. There was just like a purity, you know, before all the craziness, just that pure love for music and doing everything myself. I think whatever that environment did for me, I wanted to try and capture that and kind of keep that like close.
Tell us a little bit about the trinkets.
The decor.
The various things. Like if you can pick out some of those things.
This is what makes it your place.
Yeah. So I feel like I keep adding slowly. I think every time you guys have been here, there's probably like a new something on the counters. Obviously, the Funko Pops stick out. These little characters. I just got so obsessed with these. My husband and I both started collecting them. Just various different ones. My whole family makes fun of me for it, but I think they're cute. And they all have like little meanings. I have the Pocahontas one there because I got to sing Colors of the Wind. So that was a pretty cool career moment. The Angelica one from Rugrats, she's holding the Cynthia doll. They didn't have a Cynthia Funko Pop, so I got that one because I actually got to voice the character of Cynthia in a special episode of Rugrats. Mickey Mouse just...
Wait, really?
Yeah, that's true.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It was pretty great. Yeah.
I am now a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're a fan of me. We got just a bowl of picks. Every studio I feel like has to have just like a random bowl of picks and also other things.
What kind of gauge do you like? Do you like thick picks or thinner ones?
Whatever the yellow ones are.
Oh, I use the yellow ones
Yeah,
too.
yellow
I
is
do
mine.
green. I do green too. Oh, you have your own. With
I
your
do,
name
yeah,
on it.
these are some extras from a tour.
Yeah.
The
Where
bowl
he
of random things.
no longer has his dog.
Oh. Frodo's all jealous. One of the things I remember having to be okay with is that you can't hang art up on the walls when you have all the, treatments up here. I think
Well,
you
you can.
said I could
You could
technically,
tack,
tack things, but I was like, I don't know if that's my vibe. So
Yeah.
I think this helps me feel like there's just some
I
character.
remember now because these side
Yep.
panels, the 4-inch panels
Yeah.
are tack panels,
Yep.
and so that has like a little higher density fiberglass on the front, so you can.
So
tack
I
some
can
things.
tack things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because you
Yeah.
were saying sometimes I want to put notes.
Yeah.
Because I remember one of the first ideas for your mood board was that was
Cork wall.
Yes, cork wall.
Yeah.
And
'Cause I had that in my childhood bedroom.
Yep. And so you could do that now.
Yeah, I think, now that we're talking about it, I feel like I want to do just like Polaroids probably all
Yeah.
the way down of people who like visit,
Yeah.
the studio. I have like a little collection, so
That's awesome.
I'll do that.
We designed it remotely.
Yeah.
Biz was out here and he took some physical measurements for us and gave us.
That's right.
They were fantastic physical measurements.
Yeah.
You did a
The
really
only
good
reason
job.
why it worked is because I measured it correctly.
Oh, that's true. That is true. And then we put that in AutoCAD and started to design the space. And I remember it's actually kind of interesting because this is the very first room we ever did renderings for. And now it's like such a big part of our process. And I actually should show you some of the renderings now.
No, I think I did. I showed her mine, and
Oh yeah, you
you were
did.
like, is this the studio? I'm like, no, those are renderings.
Yeah.
It looked real.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when we were doing this project, Oscar, who works for me, he was an intern at the time, and I said, hey, have you ever done any renderings before? Because I remember we were going with this hexagon shape, but you're like, I just can't visualize it. I don't know what that's going to look like, if it's going to look cool or not. So I asked him if he could come up with some renderings, and he said, I'll research it. I've never done it before. But this was the very first room.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it helped a lot because I could even see the color scheme
Yes.
that you were thinking of, and yeah.
It started
ended up great.
off with like gold, like yellow and gold type of thing.
It looked like a beehive.
Yeah, it's like on a beehive honeycomb type of thing. And then I remember printing off the CAD drawing, and then you just wrote in the colors you wanted on
Yep.
each hexagon, and then we
That's
selected it
awesome.
that way. And
That's crazy.
the materials are from Acoustical Fulfillment, like all the acoustical products in here, and so that got shipped in a crate here and arrived, and then Biz and I came back out to install everything. Which, by the way, that's also something I've never done on any other project, is actually go and install it.
Really?
Yeah. So that was kind of fun.
That's cool. You've always had just other other people
contractors,
come
people
out.
that are better at that sort of thing.
Wow, I'm honored.
We have the hexagon panels on the front wall and the ceiling, which I think I'll tell you, so many people, because the studio's up on our website. Like, there's a lot of people that point to your studio and like, I
Really?
want that. Like, whatever that is, I want that. So it's
That's
been
so
an
cool.
inspiration for other people as well.
I love that.
Yeah.
I haven't necessarily seen this design anywhere.
Yeah.
The shapes themselves, but then just like how it's kind of half on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Is that something that's pretty unique that like
Yeah.
no one really does?
We haven't done it since, and yeah, this is the only room that we've done.
So
like
even
that.
when people say that they want it, you're like, sorry.
you're
that's
sorry.
Only,
you can
only
have
Tori
a couple
can
hexagons,
have
but they
it.
cannot go up across the ceiling at all.
Yeah, it's one of one.
Yeah, it was also cool to put the Flex 48s in your room because that's a product I designed and got a patent for. And it's perfect for you because you do acoustic guitar and vocals a lot of times, and I don't know how much you play with the shields, take them out. Probably not a whole lot.
I never take them out. But I just leave them. I think they look cool and
do.
they sound great.
Yeah, that's the thing. When the shields are in place, they also offer bass trapping. Like, it's a really good bass trap as well. You got some barrel diffusers on the ceiling. You may not know this, but like a lot of the hexagon panels have a perforated facing underneath it that make the low end 80% more absorbed, and then the high end half absorbed as it normally would be. So it
I had no
brings
idea.
balance back to the room.
Nerd alert!
That is me.
But that
I'm
is
sorry.
why
Yes.
you
That's why
are the
you-
best.
yes.
Yeah.
That's why you're the best at what you do. Because I mean, I already thought it was amazing, and then you throw some more little gems on me, and I'm like, okay. I can't take you seriously.
That's fine.
I'm sorry.
You knew this was gonna
My
happen.
dog just asleep in here.
It's actually my dog now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So before you had this space to work in,
Mm-hmm.
like on you cut a lot of your new vocals here.
Yeah.
You would have to go to other studios, but that would be like time away and
Yeah.
cost. It would cost you to go book these
Yeah,
big
and
rooms.
it's LA.
Right.
Traffic. It's like.
So having this is definitely like your work as you've been able to just come in here and cut
Yeah.
vocals and just save a lot of time.
It's amazing. I mean, I did my whole Christmas album
Oh yeah.
in here.
Oh, that's awesome.
By the way, my mom loves.
Really?
She listens to it all the time because my mom loves Christmas more than anything. And then when I told her like Tori's got a Christmas album, she's like, I want that.
Cindy, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. He's laughing. I don't know
I
why.
love it. I just didn't
but
expect that.
I genuinely thank you. It means a lot that you love the Christmas album.
Yes.
I will say, fun fact about the Christmas album, I had never done one before, and it was so weird being in this room that I have AC in here, but I can't turn it on like when I'm cutting vocals because it'll be loud. And so it's California, Los Angeles, August, because you have to record these Christmas songs super
Wow.
early. So I'm in here sweating, talking about Let It Snow and like all these like wintry songs, and it was just such a funny contrast because I'm in here and it can get pretty hot in here. I did that whole entire thing in here remotely, was sending stuff over to Babyface, who did that album with me. I don't even know if you guys know this. I recorded some lines for the movie Sing
Oh, did
in
you?
here.
Cool.
Really?
Yeah. For people
yeah.
who don't know, you're in both of the things, right?
I am in Sing 1 and Sing 2. I play Mina the elephant. There is a third one coming too, apparently. They said it in like an article. I was like, sweet.
Oh, because you haven't even worked on it.
No, yeah, I haven't.
Do you think they cut you?
I've thought
There,
of it.
you
I'm
can't
like,
cut
are they
the
going to cut
elephant.
the elephant?
You
can't?
can't cut the elephant.
I hope not. So that was a cool experience because I was like, it was definitely COVID time, so it must have been for the second movie. I remember them saying, hey, we can like provide you a studio, but it would have to be, you had the
Oh my
whole mask,
gosh.
the protocols. It would be like, basically like a bubble, walking in, not even communicating with anyone, and go into this room. It was like a whole hassle. So I was like, is there a way I can just do it here? And they were super down. They had me just like live stream. They had like all this crazy technology, but I just recorded myself.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That just shows you the time that you got to save and to be
Yeah.
home with your fam. It's like you can't put a value on that at all.
It felt like there was a transition from, okay, obviously it's COVID and I'm doing everything myself, but then when things opened back up, it was like, oh, I have a studio, like, do you guys just want to do a writing session here? Jacob Collier, I have a song with him, so he literally, he had like one day, and then I had to be somewhere at night, so I was like, I only have like literally an hour before I have to do this, and so he came over, we tracked the whole thing right here. It was like one of the quickest sessions that I had done, but yeah, so stuff like that is cool when I can provide, a space for people who it's just like a quick thing, and we wouldn't have even probably had time to like.
Yeah, you don't have
Book
to
a
book it. You don't have to
studio,
book it
yeah.
and wait to see if it's available. Or,
Right, he just took the files and went.
How is it like recording acoustic guitar versus vocals? Or are you doing anything different, setting up in different places of the room, or?
One of my favorite things, to be honest, is this. We talked about this yesterday. The mic stand is so great because I can just like grab it and roll it wherever
Yeah.
I need. So if I'm tracking myself, I'm just sitting down with the mic here, and then my other hand is doing the Logic stuff. But then if I have someone come over who's better at it than me, who's like an actual engineer, they can sit here, and then I'll roll the mic like over to this side. I could chill there. Guitar has been just directly onto the mic. I haven't noticed like different parts of the room.
Sure.
But
Yeah, it's a little bit more controlled in the front for mixing purposes, but then in the back it's more reflective and diffuse.
Yeah.
So I just didn't know because sometimes people will find like, oh, this is the spot that I
The
like
guitar
to
spot, yeah.
record at.
When we were picking out gear, did you know what you wanted?
You told me I should do this. You said, think of like every time you've heard your voice on a recording and reach out to that producer, whoever did the song, and ask like what their setup was. And so I think I reached out to a couple different people. Harvey Mason was one of them, who I've been recording with for really since I was 12. I've known him. And he's just like done so many iconic songs. He did all the Sing movies as well. He right away was like, Sony 800, the best.
I think I guessed it, and I was like, I bet you that's what he's gonna say.
Yeah, and then I went to a good friend named Jimmy Napes, who in London.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah, so I did a whole album with him. He's amazing, and I don't remember the mic he said, but I think he's the one who said the tube tech.
Yep.
So I kind of just asked a bunch of people. It seemed like those were the two common themes.
And look what happened.
So I was like, I guess that's what I need.
So I reached out to my friends at Sweetwater, and we got you a whole bunch of new gear. We did full count trios for speakers, and it also has a Trinkets that's helping tune the room and calibrate the room, which is like, I think this is like one of the first rooms I did a Trinkets in.
No, that's true.
Yeah. And now I'm like have them in every room.
Really? I do remember you guys telling me for just listening to music, there's like a spot in the room, like somewhere in the middle, that's like the best place because you can hear the bass and everything. I have noticed a huge difference when I scoot back and sit in or when people come over to and I'm showing them a song, I'll be like, no.
Yeah.
I have to sit right there in the middle.
The room is treated well, but there's also some things that Trinkets does, like, it's so funny to do this with the dog in
I know,
my hand.
I'm
love it
loving
though.
it,
I'm gonna do it for every video now. But the Trinkets, it's great because it does time alignment with your speakers. So even if you could spend all day trying to line them up exactly right, but there's gonna be a little difference.
And that's why it sounds so good.
Yeah,
That's why you're like, right here sounds the best, is because the Trinkets is helping with that.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it also does some frequency correction for a few frequencies that might be, maybe a dip or a peak. Then it helps align those. And yeah, we use them in a lot of our studios. Even though the room sounds great as is, you can always use a little bit more. So yeah.
The Apollo is a great interface, and your monitor controller is the Grace 905, and you love that. I mean, even just using the headphones here versus the Apollo, you like the monitor controller for just your headphones too, which is great.
I do, yeah. When I have other people over, I'll switch back because I have like the extra input there. But when it's just me, it's just nice because I have control over everything here. I can just go back and forth between headphones and the main speakers.
That's awesome.
I was such a noob. I think I was like, I have recorded, in my bedroom all my life, but I really want like really nice stuff because I wanted to treat this space as like high quality. I can get you a song in the same way as if I was going into like a really high end studio.
If you're working on an album with the producer at his studio and you have to recut them here, they have to be at the same level.
Yeah.
Also, when we were out here for the install, I remember we got to see you in concert. Like that was during your tour.
That was around Gospel album, right?
Yep. Yep. Which you got a couple Grammys for, which is pretty awesome.
They're just casually sitting up there.
We all have those in our studio. Oh, actually,
like
both of you guys do.
It's the only place to put them, right? I mean, I would feel weird if they were like in the kitchen or something.
They're like on your nightstand next to your bed.
That's another thing.
How do I get one?
You can't.
There's got to be a way. This is one of those things that's just been here for so long and I've just forgotten about it. I think what it was I was filming something. I was using this as a background. I was filming something and I needed like a marker for some reason. I was probably making a TikTok or something. I needed to remember where I was.
Makes sense.
That's really the story. It's nothing too exciting. But
we're not gonna
stuff
take it
like
off
that, I'm just like,
it has to stay.
Yeah, I'll see it and I'm just like, nah.
Just in case I need to film a TikTok later.
Yeah, exactly. And just,
That's the spot.
This is a picture, one of my favorite photos from my hiding place tour, the gospel tour. I knew that I needed gospel music, you need to have singers on the road. I hadn't toured with singers until this point. So these guys just became really close friends. Ravon, Peaches, and Brandon Winbush, just incredible people. This is a door hanger that I found at a little knick-knack store. It's like little messages to my husband, like, hey, I need you, or like, get out, but I still love you.
That's pretty good.
I need to be alone. This is so me. I have this in here because it's me on The Masked Singer. A lot of people go on that show, I think, to show people that they can sing, and I actually wanted to go on more to show that I could like dance and perform. So I actually like quite literally masked my voice or tried to do like impressions and sound like other people.
You're the best vocalist we've ever had on this show. Thank you so
outstanding,
much.
outstanding.
So I don't know if I played the game right, like did the show right, but it was fun for me because I had a blast. I was very sassy as a seahorse. So it was like my alter ego coming out, which is fun.
I think she snapped more in this season than she has in her entire life.
I think so. I think that's true.
Also, I do want to mention this desk
Oh yes.
that you have from Monkwood. It's
Such a good find.
Custom made.
yeah. I want to always find more opportunities to have his desks
Yeah.
in our studios, but this was the first one that.
It's beautiful.
yeah.
I remember finding this and sending you the link, and you're like, "Yep, that's
Yep.
it."
Yeah.
And he built it and he delivered it himself.
Yeah,
It's just
all
such
custom.
quality, and it still looks like incredible.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I wanted just more like earthy tones and just like a natural kind of homey feel. I feel like we're repeating that same thing over and over,
Yeah.
but that, you know, that's
a big
very
deal.
me. I didn't want anything too like futuristic looking or too, like I wanted it minimal and clean, but then add in like the textures and the coziness afterwards. So the desk I felt like was the centerpiece of that.
I mean, yeah, you even
aesthetic.
like your couch. You just told me your couch was like you had this for how long?
That's from my very first apartment. That chair is too.
Seriously, this is like one of my favorite places to come listen to music. It's really good.
Of course, got, you know, the Grammys on both sides here.
I'm glad you did that with symmetry.
I
Because
know.
that's good for the control
Now
room.
it'd be awkward if I get a third one.
You have to get a center channel. Then.
I'm not gonna want it.
Yeah.
Like, no,
Yeah.
it's not,
Well,
it's
you know
not
who
gonna
you
be
can give it to.
aesthetically pleasing.
You know who you can give it
I can
to.
give it to you.
Yeah, like I can have one
That's
then.
true.
That'd be great.
What are the Grammys for?
I got 2 Grammys in 2018 for Best Gospel Performance / Song for Never Alone with Kirk Franklin. And then this one over here was for Best Gospel Album. Fun fact though, they tried to, so when you win the Grammy, you don't actually get to, it's a prop, like you don't actually go home with it that day. So like you walk off stage and then someone just grabs it from you and you're like, okay, and then you're still like kind of freaking out. And then they end up sending them to you later because they have to, you know, print everything on it. And I wasn't home when the Grammys were delivered. They didn't even tell us when they were coming. They just randomly appeared and, you know, we had to sign and I wasn't there. So I was like, where do we get my Grammys? Like, this is crazy. And the note literally said, you can pick them up at Walgreens. So I went to Walgreens and I had to like somehow explain to them, like, I'm here to pick up a package. It's like probably this big, I don't know. And yeah, that's how I got my Grammys at Walgreens down the street. What's over here? Just candles. These are just like my albums. I got a bunch of like Sing stuff here, just from the movies.
You like the movie?
I just am a big fan of the Sing movies. This is from a music video. I'm very much into like the whole Y2K aesthetic right now. That's kind of the theme of this era, if you will, of this music that I'm putting out. So just have a lot of random like Y2K elements. BET Awards, I'll Find You, Lecrae featuring Tori Kelly.
Oh, I wish I worked on that song. Oh wait, I did.
And then probably my favorite trophy ever, and yes, even over the Grammys, I think. This one was just really special because I was 9 years old and I sang Vision of Love by Mariah Carey. And I had done this specific competition a few times. And it was kind of like, you kind of end up seeing a lot of the same kids at these things. And there was this one girl that she just really challenged me because she would always get first place. I would always get second place. This was the day that I finally got more confidence because I would never move on stage. I was just like a stick. And this particular performance, I was like, I'm gonna like give it my all and try to, you know, work on my stage presence. And I ended up winning first place. So this was just a big turning point for me, I think, as a kid. So having it in my creative space, you know, with all these other like cool accolades is just, I just think it like humbles me. It's like a cool a cool thing to have in here.
Do you think if you would have got second place, you wouldn't be doing music right now?
Yeah.
You gave up?
Second place isn't good enough. I'm just kidding. Would you give up?
Yeah, would you have been like, well, I'm just done.
There would have been the next one, you know?
Yeah.
There's always a next
I'm
one.
gonna give it my all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is the girl who you beat, does she do music? Do you know?
I don't know. Wherever you are, I wish I remembered her name. I would love to meet her now.
That would be. And say thank you.
Yeah, I need to somehow find her. I have no idea like where to
We
begin.
can find her.
Because I really would say thank you. Like she really.
Comment below if you know.
These boots were made for walking. That's all we really have to
year
go
was it?
off
It
of. Oh, one. Another thing I love about this space is that I can put like anything and all things music related here because I really like separation. I'm not the type to, like I want to feel like just Tori, the regular human, like everywhere
Yes.
else in my house. And then when I come in here, I'm like, okay, cool, I'm an artist. Like, you know, I feel like I kind of hype myself up a little bit more in here.
Yeah.
And then when I leave, I'm like, okay, that can stay in this room.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I justified, you know, just like showing off all my.
So you're telling me that you don't go upstairs and sing? You're not like up there singing? You only come down here?
I mean,
the
no,
door, the door
I sing,
closes?
but a lot of people sing in their houses.
You don't take a guitar up there and
I
play
was-
guitar?
No,
Don't lie to
not
me.
my guitar.
Your Taylor guitars, I was eyeing just a little bit ago. I have a Taylor as well, and
They're great.
these are both beautiful. Do you have more than 2 Taylors, or?
Yeah,
How
there's a
many you got?
few in storage.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that closet too. I actually don't know how many I have
Yeah.
now. They've been so gracious to me over the years, and you know, kind of hooking it up. So
Yeah.
because I'm a big fan of them.
Yeah, me
So,
too.
Yeah.
That was my first purchase when I got into the industry. I got an industry accommodation with Taylor, and
So cool.
right out of college, I was like, I'm getting myself a nice guitar.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
game changer.
So I have one other thing,
Okay,
is that you wrote a children's book.
I did.
You didn't say that. You said I'm an artist.
I know.
You
I
never
left.
said
You
I'm-
didn't say
forgot
author.
author because that's a new one for me. This is like a newer.
I have props.
So cool. You
I have
brought
props.
it.
My daughter Sylvia has curly hair as well, so it's pretty awesome.
Sylvia.
So I don't know if you mind signing it for them.
Of course, I don't mind.
Awesome.
Okay.
Where do you want me to sign?
You have a Grammy already. You're fine.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't have one. I
You
get
have
a
a
signed
Grammy.
book.
Yay, Sophia.
Thank you. No, it's okay. Well, Tori, thank you so much for allowing us to be here. It's always good to see you again.
You too.
And you just have a beautiful space, and we were happy to be a little part of it. So
Huge part of it. Thank you.
Peace.
Shout out.
I could fall asleep.
I know this.
He will fall
He's
asleep
so
like
warm.
this.
He's so warm. It's just awesome.